Have you ever sat there and wondered why your super smart AI can't do something as simple as, say, check the weather outside right now? Well, today we're going to fix that. We are diving into how to give AI senses, the actual ability to connect to the live, real world. This is going to be fun. I mean, it seems like such a simple question, right? You've got this large language model that feels like a genius. It can talk about anything, but ask it for today's forecast and nothing. And that's because at its core, most AI is fundamentally disconnected from the here and now. Its entire universe of knowledge is basically frozen in time, ending the moment its training data was collected.
This slide just lays it out perfectly. On the left, you've got your standard LLM. Think of it as a brilliant brain, for sure, but it's locked in a jar, completely cut off from the present. But on the right, that's our goal. An augmented AI with live senses, something that can tap into real-time info and even go do things for you. So the big question is, how do we build that bridge? How do we get the brain out of the jar?
Well, the answer is this beautifully elegant solution, an open standard called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. Honestly, the best way to think about it is like a universal USB port, but for AI. It's a standard way to plug any tool or service into any AI model.
And that word, standardization, is absolutely the key. Before something like MCP, if a developer wanted to connect a tool to an AI, they had to build a totally custom one-off integration, and they'd have to do it again for the next AI and the next tool. It was a total nightmare. MCP creates one common language, one standard plug that just works.
So what is it really? At its heart, MCP is an open standard that lets an AI securely connect to the outside world, to other systems, to files, to APIs, through these special little things called MCP servers. This is what gives the AI access to live, real-world data and gives it the ability to actually do things. It is literally how we get that brain out of the jar and connect it to the world.
Okay, to really get why this is such a game changer, let's use a funny little analogy. Imagine your whole system is run by gnomes in a room. The old way, the coupled way on the left, is chaos. Every gnome needs to know exactly what every other gnome is doing. You change one little thing, and the whole system can fall apart. But the MCP way on the right is what we call decoupled. Our little reactive gnome is way happier. It just needs an inbox for tasks and an outbox for results. It has no idea how the system works, and it doesn't need to. This makes everything incredibly robust and super flexible.
All right, that's enough theory. Let's get our hands dirty. The best way to understand this stuff is to just build something. So right now, we're going to create a simple MCP server that can go and fetch live weather data. And you are about to see just how easy this really is.
It's really just 4 simple steps. First, we get our Python environment ready to go. Second, we define our tool, and this is where the magic happens, you'll see. Third, we write the actual code to go out and grab the weather info. And finally, step 4, we just run the server. It's surprisingly simple.
Okay, look at this. The real magic is in that one little line, the @MCP tool decorator. Now, if you're not familiar, a decorator in Python is just a clean way to add extra powers to a regular function. And in this case, that one line instantly turns our normal getAlerts function into a powerful capability that any MCP-compatible AI can discover and use. You just write a normal function, you add this little tag, and bam, you've just given your AI a brand new sense. Okay, so we've built our tool. Our little weather server is up and running. Now for the payoff. Let's actually plug this thing into an AI client and see what happens. This is the moment where it all just clicks into place. So the final piece of the puzzle is just telling our AI application, hey, there's a new tool over here you can use. And we do that with just a few lines in a simple configuration file. In this case, we're just telling an app like Claude for Desktop, hey, there's a server called Weather, and here's how you run the Python script we just wrote. That's it. So here's the flow of what's happening behind the scenes. It's so elegant. You ask a question. The AI then looks at its new list of available tools and says, oh, I see the getAlerts tool, and that looks perfect for this weather question. The client then executes our little Python script, gets the live data, and feeds those results right back to the AI, which then gives you a perfect, up-to-the-minute answer in natural language. Okay, let's do it. Let's ask our AI a question that just a few minutes ago, it absolutely, positively could not have answered. What are the active weather alerts in Texas? And there it is. Look at that. The AI comes back with real-time data, pulled live from the National Weather Service, all through that simple tool we just built in a few minutes. That right there, that is the aha moment. We have successfully given our AI a new sense, the ability to check for live weather alerts. How cool is that?
Now, building one tool is amazing, but let's zoom out for a second and think about the really big picture here. Because this modular approach is what makes MCP so incredibly revolutionary for the entire future of AI. Let's pull an analogy from the world of Minecraft modding, of all places. On one hand, you have something like Forge. It's this huge, giant, all-in-one platform. Yeah, it's powerful, but it's heavy, it's slow to update. But on the other hand, you have Fabric. It's lightweight, it's modular, it's flexible. You only add the bits you need, and because of that, it has created this massive explosion of creativity and innovation in the community. And that's exactly it. MCP is the fabric for AI. It is not some giant one-size-fits-all corporation telling you how to do things. It's a lightweight, open standard that lets anyone, you, me, anyone, build a small, focused tool and share it with the world. This approach creates a decentralized, fast-moving, and unbelievably innovative ecosystem where the possibilities are just endless. So we've walked through the problem, the solution, and we even built a real working example together. You now have the fundamental building blocks to give an AI a new sense. So the only question left is, what are you going to build first? Are you going to connect it to your personal calendar, your smart home devices, a live stock tipper? The power literally is in your hands now, so get out there and start building.